Hi and welcome back to another video of JPlay. I am Marcus and today should be a rather short one because I'm having a look at a game from my relatively early childhood, which is Ghost Castle or Spukschloss. I believe there were several versions in the years. I think it's from the 70s or so, the very first iteration of this game. And during the last Essen Spiel, I think it was part of my press room walkthrough, I more or less by accident stumbled upon this and was excited from the get-go. I wanted to get myself a copy, and thanks so much to Schmidt Spiele, who kindly provided me a review copy of this game, which really played quite a bit. So I introduced it to my kids, mainly to my little daughter, and I think today I'm not doing a full playthrough of this game. Obviously, it's a kids game. It's a fast-paced game with a little bit of, let's say, unintended take that, because the ball will fall, you will kick over your opponents or yourself, and then you have to move back, and pretty much you are trying to escape the ghost castle here. And I don't know, it doesn't really fit that well because the whole box here is the part of the, let's say, game board in this case. And I think the first thing that I'm going to do now is to assemble the ghost castle, but I will definitely do that in fast forward mode, just not to embarrass myself too much. Okay, let's see you in a bit. Okay, and here we are after my little journey of reassembling here the haunted castle, or the ghost castle that is. This is basically the setup for a 3-player game. You can pretty much play this game, I think, in theory up to 8 players if you want to. Not really sure if that's any fun, but you could. There are slightly different rules depending on the player count. With 4 players, you always play 2 of those ghost hunters here, because again there's a pair of basically for all the colors here. If you're playing with 5 or 6, at least the rules say you only take 1 of those, and because you have 8 minis or 8 standees here, you can basically play that game up to 8. But I really doubt that this is any fun to play, that it could really drag out for quite some time actually. The game is really ultra simple. I mean, it's a kids game after all. What you do is during your turn you're rolling this haunted die here, which comes with the numbers 1 to 4. The 4 is even twice on this die, and it has this ghost symbol here. And yes, whenever you see the ghost symbols, you are starting to roll the die, the ball actually, that is. And as far as I remember, it was an actual skull in the version I had, a plastic heavy-duty skull or so, if I recall that correctly. Maybe my childhood memories are failing me here, but I'm relatively certain that this was not a metal ball back then. But I understand why they did this. This works pretty flawless here. As far as I remember, the original version kept stuck every now and then. This seems to be relatively streamlined. And again, the one thing that you do is to roll that die. So let's do that. And we go here from orange to, I don't know, blue to gray. Dark player here, black player. And we can basically ignore that because no one really can be pushed over, but in theory that would be the turn of the orange player. Then we are going with blue. Blue is rolling a 4, which is good, so we are starting basically from here, 1, 2, 3 and 4, moving on to the first step of the stairway. So as of now, pretty much bad stuff could happen to her, so let's hope for the best in this case. But let's quickly roll the die for the black player. That's a 3, which I guess is a perfect result actually, because we are moving in here just enough not getting damaged. These blue safe zones are again safe, nothing can happen to you. Same is true for those yellow ones, and for the yellow ones there are also something. There is even, let's say, a somewhat more hardcore version of the rules, where you have to trigger basically the ghost here whenever you are ending your movement on the steps. You see this red border here. Normally when you're ending your movement on red footsteps like here, you would activate the ghost, and you can do the same for the stairs. I actually think it's not really fun, because this can really drag not really hours, but a long time until you really finally make it through the stairway, and then it really simply takes too long over time. So that's really a variant that I don't particularly enjoy. But again, that was basically the end of round 1. So moving back to the orange player who didn't move at all. And orange keeps rolling the ghost die. In fact, now something could happen, and I think I will zoom into the section where stuff could happen at this point in time. This ghost here, which really glows nicely in the dark, has the metal ball in it, and you're basically putting it in here. It's pretty sturdy. You're putting it on top of this, and then there's this little button here which you would basically press in order to release the ball. You can of course simply throw it in, whatever floats your boat, but of course it's much more fun to push that button. And it's really tough to find the proper camera angle, because again, the ball can roll in basically all 4 of the sections of this castle here. But yeah, let's simply see what happens. And can you believe that we were incredibly lucky? So the blue girl was unfortunately hit by that ball. Again, no player elimination whatsoever. The only thing that does happen is she stands up and moves back to the last safe spot here. One of those blues here. From there, nothing really bad can happen. Next, we will take the ghost. We will take the, basically the ball, putting it here, rearming the ghost, easy as that. Yeah, wow, nice job, orange. And I believe blue is actually up next. So let's roll the die. That's another 4. Again, she could now move her second character. Normally you can only move your second character when they have passed through the stairs, and I think that's still the case. And in this case, I'm pretty sure that we want to move her 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces down here. So 1, 2, 3 more spaces to go to move her into the green. And even though if the ball makes it down here, nothing would happen to her. You're only in danger when you are on those, let's say, red areas of each section of board. And even if by accident she whatever falls over, that doesn't count, obviously. Now the same is true if she whatever doesn't fall down because the bullet misses her or the ball misses her on the red stairs. It's still considered to be pretty much a defeat, and then she would have to move back here. Okay, that was blue. It's back to black. Black is in a perfect position actually, and that's a 2. It's not great, but I will take it anyway. You can't stop. You have to move the full distance here, obviously. And then it's back to orange. Let's see if they're rolling something different. And yes, they do. And yeah, let's start with this fella. He looks like the mean guy. I'm pretty sure he was the guy who was rolling all those skulls before, or the ghosts before. It's not a skull in this version of the game. And then yeah, back to blue. And yeah, you see the game is moving incredibly fast. That's perfect. Now she really has to move the blue character here first, the gay girl here. We cannot move the other character here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But she's now completely safe here, and just want to zoom in on some of the details here of the castle. Really like that one a lot actually. And I think then it's back to black, and that's also a 4. I think that's not enough actually. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly, we are still on a red space, so she could still drop over. And again, no matter if she actually falls, it still counts as being fallen. Yeah, that's that. Okay, let's roll the die for orange again. That's a 4. I think, yeah, in this case, absolutely. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think we don't need to zoom down on this one. We know that fairly well. As soon as we are moving into a new room, I will show you some more details. Blue could now really start moving the second character. And yes, you pretty much have to move both of your characters into this final space here. So we're really making it around this haunted house, and when you end exactly on that space, then that explorer, that adventurer or ghost hunter has escaped the mansion. And in a, let's say, 2 to 4 player game, you have to do that for both of your standees, that is. But okay then, let's roll the die. And oh, that's a 3. 3 is actually pretty good actually. So I think we are moving this fella 1, 2, 3 spaces in here just to get them ready to move down that staircase as quickly as possible. So yes, you see, you have some tactical decisions to make in this game, and that, I think that's much more fun to play it with 2 of these standees, because you really do have some decision making, at least to some extent. Then it's black. Black wants to definitely move away from the stairs, which she achieved. achieved. Nice. So from now on, she can also start moving her second character. I think then we are moving back to orange, actually, and that's a 3. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Still not good enough. I will stay on the same camera angle now to keep things smooth. That's a 3. That's an interesting one. Do we want to move a 3? It's not bad, but we could really wait for a 4, 2. No, let's move her 1, 2, 3 spaces in here. A 2 would have been nice, actually, or maybe we should wait 1, 2, 3. Again, there are some technical elements, especially when playing. No, I think because we could still hope for the 2 here, and that yellow footsteps allows you, when you end your movement there, to move one of your opponent's pieces one space ahead or back. That could be really the difference if you are making it out of the red zone or not. So that's at least something that, again, you could do. No, I think, yeah, let's stay on target. Let's rather move the 1, 2, 3 other blue standee ahead accordingly. Then it's black. Black again has a choice. Oh, that's the ghost. Okay, that's fun. Let's see about that. We are simply clicking it and bam. No, in this case the axe did move. So what you see here, it basically will shake this one here, and whoever is on this landing here on this moving floor will be then kicked over, and then again also will be moved back to the last blue zone, which is just behind that door here. Let me rearm the ghost. And then we are in our next round with orange. And that's a 1. Oh, 1 is pretty good, actually, because as far as I understood the rules, I cannot be on the same space, so I have to go to the next empty space. So we are moving over both of those fellas here. Yeah, I think that was pretty cool for orange, but okay. Nothing we can do about it. Then it's blue. Well, we can still... Nah, I think there's really nothing great. Oh, it's the ghost again. So maybe... Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's bad. So blue, she could basically hit her own guy. And yes, she does. That's terrible. That's terrible. So we have to move her back, or him back, to this space over here. Again, I will rearm the ghost. And yeah, you can see how much fun this is. And... honestly, I really remember this in my childhood days. I was almost, say, a little bit frightened back then if the ghost would actually hit me or not. Then it's back to black, and then I may want to fast forward a little bit. Black, oh, black is a 4. No, 4 would move this fella here directly 1 space onto the stairs. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in here. Yeah, really ending your movement on the first step of the stairway. I think this really doesn't help me a lot. And I think this is now a good time to really do some fast forward. So I will really very speedily continue my play, and will maybe come back when we have made it into the second or third room or so. Okay, then the first character has made it into the library, pretty much the second room here. And in the library you have, let's say, 2 pathways. One is the obvious dangerous one, because that's when there's this little pipe here where the ball could roll out, and whenever you are here on the red space, again, doesn't matter if you're actually knocked down or not, you are then basically sent back here. Or you have the longer route where it is pretty much safe, and it comes with some nice opportunities to, yeah, deal with your fellow players in this game. And there's another cool thing, which is this star icon here. So let's say if I'm ending my movement on this space and the ghost triggers this ghost, this secret trap here. Maybe let me show that to you. So if it falls down like this here, for example, you see that the secret door is now unlocking. And when that happens, when you are exactly on that space with one of your figures and this secret door opens, then you are allowed to teleport from this star field through the secret door to this space here, where you are immediately safe. Of course, then if you start moving, you're basically kicked over by this nice painting here. But that could really increase the pace of your ghost hunter in this case. But let me reset that. Send him back there. And then I think, yeah, let's simply do 1, 2 more turns. So let's just for the laugh see what happens. We will be with the orange player now. Again, so we are starting a new round. That's a 3. I think in this case, yeah, the other character is still at the top of the staircase. So we are moving her down 3 spaces behind the conga line of the other ghost hunters here, obviously. Then it's blue. Let's quickly roll the die. That's also 3. I think now it's really time to move this fella off. 1, 2, 3 spaces in here. Then it's back to black. Oh, and it's the ghost. It's the ghost. So in theory, this guy is in danger. Let's press the button. Let's see what happens. And no, bam! He was basically in danger twice. I almost forgot that she was basically on the staircase as well, the stairs. Yeah, she has to move back. Definitely not progress. And I think this was black, right? So yeah, then it's orange. Let's roll that. I still want to stay close here. On the other hand, we are really in danger now. No, I think let's try to move him out here as quickly as possible. We need both characters anyway, so it's really no use to move someone out, because then you're also out of options. Then you really only can move one of you. You don't have any more choices, which can be bad. I think this was blue. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's pretty nice, actually. So we are moving her here onto the stairways. Doesn't really matter, but no, actually, no. I could move him back, but no, I think that's not what I want to do. Because if this opens, then he will teleport. No, let's not do that, obviously. And then, yeah, it's back to black. And it's the ghost again. Interesting. So maybe, yeah, let's... Oh, I didn't load it, actually, right? No, I didn't. It's still here. Lazy Marcus. Completely forgot. So let's rearm the ghost. And let's do it. And boom! Wow, this would have been an amazing opportunity for the orange player here, who kind of reminds me, I don't know. Did you see the movie Weird Science, where these two fellas pretty much program a nice looking lady and this brother, I think Chad? Yeah, definitely somewhat reminds me of him. No offense, obviously. And yeah, that was basically the ghost trap. And then, yeah, the game pretty much continues through the various rooms here. So again, here we have this space. This is the landing for the secret door here again. If the ball falls in here, this guy will be knocked down here as too. Looks really nice. Absolutely hilarious. I really like the construction of this game. And finally, we are basically here at the exit space. And here again, you have the choice to take the long road, and I think the axe just fell. So again, you can take the longer road here, which again, some nice opportunities to move other players around, or you can take the short road here. But then again, if this axe here falls, then you're falling back and will be sent back to this safe zone here. And as soon as you have basically escaped with both of your character, you have immediately won the game. And yeah, that's pretty much how you play Ghost Castle, or Spukschloss in German. I was a huge fan, and I was so keen of getting myself a copy and showing this to my kids. And my daughter kind of loved it. She's also a little bit scared. She's 5 years old, by the way, by this. So sometimes she says, let's not play with a ghost. Let's just move folks around. Yeah, that's basically part of this game, which I really absolutely loved during my childhood. Yeah, and that's basically how you play it. I really hope you enjoyed it. Not my usual kind of games, but every now and then I really want to show you some stuff that drives me, or used to drive me, in my past, and I still think you somewhat enjoyed it. And yeah, with that being said, huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members. Really do appreciate all your support. If you want to support my channel, like and subscribe, leave a comment, join me on Patreon, join me here on YouTube. Really appreciate all the support. Everything helps. And yeah, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.